Okay, morning guys. Michelle here in Ghana. Okay. And I did a 3 minute. Well, it's 3.04, 4 seconds over. But I'm trying to put it as a shorts, showing when the wind hit the roof, the flapping. Now, there is the fixing of the roof is not a total flop, right? It is just I think it's a matter of the guy not finishing what he started in the way that I instructed. But let me make you understand something first. The roofing issue is not coming from the current persons who are working on it or who were working on it. The roofing was done initially by someone referred to me, the dashboard, who was overseeing the building. He used his roofers, right? That roofer did his house under his watch. I'm not sure why mine was done this way, but it was not done how his roof was done. All right? So there is a huge gap between the zincs. They could have come up together more to meet at that V point at the cable there, and they do not. So the ridge gap that was used is too, well, it turns out to be too short. I'm being told that there are wider ridge gaps. When I measured that one, because I had one piece left over, it's just a foot wide. I tried getting a larger one and I couldn't. The one person told me that since it was somebody who told me that there should be a wider ridge gap. The ridge gap is too short. When I attempted to try and get, I didn't. They had also said that if I did not get one that is wider, I could get aluminum and flatten it and use it as a ridge gap. I went a step further. I told the current roofer, use the aluminum but replace the old ridge gap on it. Something tell me to ask him to do that. Now, I am realizing why that part that I added was important. Let me show you the roof. That middle part, you're not seeing light as I saw it before, right? You're looking at the silver aluminum. Now, look at the boarded section. The board is concentrated in that middle space there. There is nothing on the sides to nail down anything except the boards that go, what do you call it now, vertically, not the horizontal ones. The horizontal ones is a narrow bridge. So you can nail the ridge gap in that immediate area where the space is. But if it's longer than the original one, there's nothing to nail it on except the intervals going vertical. Now, if he had put, because I realized that part of it is flapping, part of it is flapping, part is not, right? So the area that is flapping, I suspect is the area that he did not replace. So he replaced the ridge gap in certain areas, but he came back down with a whole length and a piece. I said, so some is left over? He said yes. So I found that unusual. What would allow for those exacting pieces to have, to be fastened but have left over? I didn't, and I can't see properly from down the bottom. When I looked one day, I said, doesn't that look like he didn't put any ridge gap there? But I was thinking maybe he fastened it another way and figured out and saw that it would work or something. So I didn't rush him. Yeah, my mistake. Anyway, I think he didn't put the flap on. So because he didn't, the second ridge gap. So because he didn't put that area right there without the second, the additional old ridge gap on it, that's the area that it's flapping. And it's flapping not because he didn't put any nail, but the nail is in the extreme middle where those major wood are. And he did not, it seems that he didn't even put nail at the intervals where the vertical shafts would line up. Not even there. Otherwise, you wouldn't have that long section with the flap. So anyway, people, I know there's a language barrier. So I thought explaining to him in his own language would, help. Just saying that maybe he just didn't understand. Of course, the fact that he did part and didn't do the other part, to me, suggests that he did. Need to understand too, the problem is basically solved. It's solved. When the rain tore last night, I thank the Most High that it didn't tear the nail that was in that middle section, even though the wind, because I said it teared and it eased up, and then the winds came. Now, when the wind came, I noticed that how the roof usually sounds, like everything is coming on the rippling, and I didn't get that. I think the sound I got was from the flap area, the area that was not held down by the additional ridge gap thing. I think that was the problem, right? And so it's two parts. I noticed that the part wasn't really flap. It's like just a little part didn't tack on the other aluminum. But outside of that, no rain flew in. No rain flew in. So the aluminum is doing its job. It's just a flap. It can be a problem because if winds hit that often enough, it's gonna tear out the steel, tear out the nail. Because I noticed that two nails were standing up in the ear, and I figured that was the wind, beating the sheeting that was prior to the man going up there to fix. So if he fixed that, I think I'd have solved the problem. Hear the joke. When the guy called him too, he was saying when he went up there, all the sheeting need to be taken off. So it's very interesting that he said that, but said nothing to me. He didn't say to me, I went up there and look, but I think it's better you tear off all the sheeting and go again. When I was thinking about him and realized the fact that obviously he did part of the work and left a part. And I was thinking about the whole idea of people coming down, right, and come here to work, and it seems they do the easy part, leave the hard parts, right? I was thinking about that, and then the word hopscotch came to mind. All of we know the game hopscotch, right? So the game hopscotch came to mind. And if you think about it, the random selection of spots that have you finishing the game and saying you finished the game, but really and truly you just choose which part of those blocks to step in. In this case, the workmen them choose which parts, the easy parts to do and collect, because they finished the game, they finished the work, but then you realize that they skipped parts of the work. It's my fun part, the part where I allow myself to laugh about these things. So hopscotch, when I went on to Claude, my goodly Claude, and I asked Claude, what is the correlation? Because the hopscotch game came to mind. I kind of explained to him the issue I was having with the worker, and the hopscotch game came to mind. So he should tell me what the correlation is between the game and the attitudes or behaviors or actions or the work ethics of these some of these Ghanaians. Please don't think I'm talking about this is just two workers from thousands in Ghana, right? So it explained that part, you know, and the correlation was on point, you know. So that's the fun part of all of this. The fact that no rain came through though was, to me, it was spectacular. The fact that you don't hear the noise like the entire roof, because I'm telling you, before they did anything, you hear this rippling all the time, and it just have you sitting there and wondering if it's gonna come off. I didn't get that last night, and I didn't have any rain coming through. The two dripping areas that I had, I suspect is just nail holes, and I told him about that too. So hopefully he put off his angst, because after I got a Ghanaian to call him and explain my issue, my man said him not coming back to my place. So I always find it weird. It brought me back to this biker who came for us when we were going down to the school. And he took David down one morning. Right? We used him the afternoon, because when them smell okay and when the hygiene seems okay and they seem humble and honest, we tend to try to use them again. But when she came back up with the guy, kept asking him how much he's gonna charge her, he didn't answer and kept asking her for a number. You better believe, say, he was very upset over the fact that she did not give him the number. Suffice it to say, the other morning, we didn't know at first. When we called him to come for us 7 a.m., my man said he's coming and we didn't see him, and he kept answering and saying he's on his way. So I think that was his hit back. And it's kind of weird that in a professional capacity like this, these men get so upset that they become very rude and disrespectful, and they are professionals we're supposed to be offering a service. Anyway, that's my little say. I finished the doors on the coupe, but for some reason it not close it. Well, the bottom is closed, but the top gate, because I do a double gate, is sticking at the bottom. So I guess it's skewered a bit, like something lean. I have to figure it out, but my battery charge going, so I'll see you guys in another video. That's my little words. Problem partially solved, but the guy never finished how I'm supposed to finish. Yeah. So I'll see you guys in another video.